everybody, it's me, Ms. McNickol. Welcome to episode 7 of Just Right. So this past weekend, I had a birthday, and I have had many friends send me lots and lots of birthday cards. And so I got the idea that, you know what? I think that will be our next episode. Today we'll learn about writing cards. Just write cards. We'll go inside and we'll get started. So welcome to Just Right number 7. It's all about cards. I'm going to share with you some of the birthday cards that I got and the different styles of cards that are out there. Then we'll look at some reasons why people send cards and what might they say. And third, I'm going to show you how to make a few cards yourself so you can just write and write cards. So here we go. So for my birthday, I received many cards, and some of them were quite simple with just a happy birthday and really nothing inside, which leaves people a chance to write their own little note inside. So that's one. You can make any message you want inside blank cards like this. Some cards had few words, happy on the outside with this fancy little heart cut out, and then birthday on the inside. Another one looks like this, and this one was made by somebody. Some of my friends were very creative. This person stamped the words on and then found some pretty flowers to put on the outside and wrote some special words inside. Another card, this person used a sewing machine and she made a cupcake and sewed it. You can see the stitches on the back and wrote a special message on the back of the card. This person colored me a beautiful picture and wrote some nice notes, and that turned into a card. This one has no words on the outside and just happy birthday on the inside. But look at, they used a little pom-pom here and some little fabric here and some sparkles. They made it quite fancy on the outside. So some cards have very few words inside, and some cards have a lot of words inside to tell someone what you're thinking of them. Cards are special when you get them. They cheer you up. They make you smile. It's nice to give cards because it makes you feel good inside, and it's nice to get cards. Now I'm going to share a couple of really fun cards that I got. This one with the funny cat and the feather has a button to press. I'm going to press it and watch what happens. It rocks and it rolls and it moves and it sings. That's a fancy card. Another one, probably my favorite because it was my birthday, is this one. Doesn't look very fancy on the outside. It has a nice little verse, but then I open it up and watch what happens.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Again, very fancy, lights and song and lots of pop-ups. So cards can come in all different styles and all different looks. So now let's take a look at why do people send cards and what might some of those messages be that are inside and outside of cards. So we've seen that there are cards to give to people for birthdays. Some pretty simple and some fancy, like the pop-up cards. Other things cards are given for are to say thank you. You can say thank you for something that someone did for you, or you can say thank you for a gift you've gotten. Some thank you cards have little verses written inside, like this message is coming to you to thank you today for remembering me in such a nice way. Some thank you cards are blank and you can write your own message. Sometimes we send cards to people who are special to us, like perhaps a grandma on Mother's Day, which is coming right up this weekend, or perhaps to a man that's you know well and is special to you. We send cards for holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving. We send Christmas cards, and I'm sure you've gotten cards for one of these holidays, Valentine's Day. That's a special holiday where we give cards out in schools. Another reason you might make a card or send a card is to say congratulations. You could congratulate someone for a job well done. You could congratulate them for graduating. You could congratulate them for getting some type of award. We also send cards to people to say congratulations when they just have a new baby, such as this little baby card. And inside, it says, congratulations, we can't wait to see the baby. Other times we send cards to say that we're sorry. Perhaps we say with sympathy when someone dies that a friend knows very well. We can also send a card to cheer someone up when they're ill. This card rhymes. There's nothing quite so nice to do as sending sunny thoughts to you. And it continues inside with a rhyme. So hope this brings a cheery ray of sunshine just for you today. Get well soon. That card would certainly help cheer someone up who was not feeling well. Other kind of cards might have a message inside that doesn't rhyme at all, such as this Get Well card. And it says, sending you good cheer and plenty of get well wishes to brighten your day. And so cards are given for many different reasons. So cards can look very different from one another. They can be made differently too. They can have simple messages inside, or messages that are long and fancy, messages that rhyme, and those that don't rhyme. Either way, when you send a card or you receive a card, you feel better inside. So let's go and make some cards. Now we'll just write some cards. So here we go. I'm going to start by showing you some simple cards, and then we'll get some that are a little trickier where we make them as pop-up cards. You'll love it. Here we go. I'm looking inside my Just Right box, and I'm going to start by just getting out a piece of paper. One piece of paper can make a card, and it could be a colored piece of paper, smaller inside. It could be a piece of paper from a notebook. It could be copy paper, or it could be colored paper. So let's watch. One way I can do it is simply take my paper and fold it in half. And once you do that, you have two different types of cards. You have a card that can be tall, like this, or one that can go across and open from the bottom to the top. Another thing you can do with that one piece of paper is you can fold it twice. If you take your paper, I fold it one time in half, and I crease it, makes that fold mark, and then I fold it a second time. So if you have a card that you make like this, it makes it a little bit thicker inside, but you can also do something surprising in it. You could turn it into a little book and send a book kind of card, but here's the one that I did where I had it go like this. It is May. I didn't get to color it yet, but I wrote this card, and it's just by folding a piece of paper. Oh, and you might want to know that I did use my list book to help me come up with a little rhyme for this card. So here it goes. It is May, a sunny day, so I say, and I opened it from the bottom, let's go play. And I still have to finish the picture, but I have lots of room to put it down here at the bottom. But so this card was not just a simple open up and it's done. It had a way to do a little bit more than that. Remember, just like one of the cards that we saw of the birthday cards, if you make just a folded piece of paper, you can cut a shape out on the cover, and that will make a surprise inside. And the way you do that is kind of fold it a little before you make your snip. And I'm going to just put a little snip right in the middle. Then I can open up and I can cut the shape that I want. Maybe I'll make this one a circle. Around, around, around we go. And I could put a little face on the inside, or a smile, or turn it into a ball or a balloon. So now I have a little window card. So that was a fun card to make as well. So that's another way. And now what we're going to do is I want to show you a card that you could make if you want to get a little bit fancier. So I'm going to take again a piece of paper, and we're going to make a card that has a pop-up. And when you make these pop-up cards, they're really two pieces of paper. You have the piece of paper that has your pop-up with a hole cut out of the inside, and then you kind of have a cover. And before I would send this card, I would glue the two pieces together so it opened like a card. So let's find out how to make that type of a card. You will need two pieces of paper. So you'll need one for the inside and one for the outside. You'll take your paper, let's move this aside, and you'll fold it in half, just like we did for all the other cards. I guess I have two pieces here. Set that one aside. I fold it in half. And now I'm going to decide, where do I want my pop-up to be when it's on the inside? Do I want it in the middle? Will my card go like this? Or will it go like this? But either way, you're going to take a pencil and you're going to draw, or a pen, and you're going to draw two lines that are the same side. And you're going to do that from the fold. So I'm laying it down, and maybe I'll use a little card to help me. If you have a ruler, you can use it. I'm just going to draw two lines that are the same size. And you could draw them about 1 inch apart. I'll show you in just a minute. So they look like this. They can be skinny or they can be wider. I'll show you on this card on the inside. I made 3. Okay, it started out like that on the fold. I cut it. So I'm going to cut now. I'm just from the fold, I'm going to cut in the first line, and then I'll cut in the second line. I will not cut here. And you might say, but there's nothing there. So this is the part that makes it going to be a pop-up book. I'm going to open my card. Actually, I'm going to fold it first. Right there, I'll fold it. Then I'm going to open the card. Here's my inside. But I want this pop-up part to come in here. And then fold it back. So it's inside. That pop-up piece is inside. And now, if I make my card go like this, I can make things sticking up from here, or I can put some pictures on either side here. If I make my card open like this, I have a place where I can stick a picture. And that's what I'm going to show you next. So again, what did I do? I started with a plain piece of paper. I cut 2 lines that weren't far apart. I folded them just to make the crease. And then I opened my card and flipped that little box to the inside. Kind of makes like a little mouth, doesn't it? And we could stick all kinds of things on here. So let's see how I did that. So this card I made, on the outside, I put, "You did it." And remember, it's 2 pieces of paper. Then, on the inside, I have my little cutout where I folded it inside. And I cut out some stars and some strips, and I stuck it on the inside. And then I decorated the outside of my card. Another thing that I could do once you get your little pop-up So I had put mine this way with things coming out. The other way you can do that is you can have it, your cards go this way. This one says thank you on the outside, and on the inside it says you brighten my day. And I did color all my background before I'm going to put on my little pop-ups. And this is what I did. You could color a picture. You could get something from a coloring book, or you could do it your own little drawing. You could write out some words big. But whatever you do, you're going to cut it out, and then you're going to stick it with glue onto these little fold-out pieces. So I'm taking my glue. I'm going to put some glue on the back of what I'm going to stick, and I'm going to stick it down. Now you might need to hold it a little bit to be sure it's going to stay. So we'll see what happens. Maybe mine will stay, maybe it won't. There it is, so it's going to stay. So now I'll fold it down, and then it will pop up when I open it up. Let's see, I have these little flowers too. I'm going to put those on the skinnier strips. So I put my glue on. I put it on the part of the fold that's facing the front. I'm going to hold it for a little bit and get it to stick. And I'll do one more little flower that I have. So it takes a little bit to make these cards because you have to plan out, well, what am I going to put on the outside? What am I going to put on the inside? And there we go. Whoops. And my flower just fell off. Let's stick it on with glue. You could use tape too if you don't have glue at home. Tape will work too. Something that will stick it together. And so now let's see what happens. I'm going to close my card. I'm going to put glue all around my back here. And I'll put the inside of my card in here. And close it up. So it says thank you. And then I open it up and it says you brightened my day. So whether you make a card that is a simple card like this from a piece of paper, or a fancy card that pops up like that one did, or like this one does, you will have fun making it. You will feel good inside for giving it to someone, and the person who receives it will think, what a special day this is to get a card from you. So just write cards, everybody, and have a good day. See you next time.
Just write me a letter. Just write me a rhyme. Just write me an email. Any old time. Just write me a story. Maybe short, maybe long. Or if you prefer, just write me a song. Just write me a text or a card with a line. Just write me your feelings. I hope you are fine. Just write what you can, write big or write small. Whatever you write will be good for us all. Just write, everybody. Just write. See you next time.